like, even though we are experiencing technical difficulties, we should be able to hear ourselves talking right now.
What is the mic? Okay, so now are people getting us? Let's see. What is the mic? The mic. What is the mic? Okay, so now are people getting us? Let's see. Yeah, no, it's weird. Okay, so they're getting me, but they're not getting you. So okay. But you're not getting yourself, right? Right, why? No. I don't think it's... Right. Well, so you should be getting me, but I don't think we're getting you. So, okay. Oh, you have an unrelated issue. Okay. That didn't fix it. Let's try this. Okay, so you talk. Oh, you know what? It wouldn't matter, would it? We should be getting you no matter what. So why is it that we're not? Oh, okay. Okay, I think we might be good now.
Okay. So you have to test this, because again, I don't know why my audio.
Okay.
I'm getting you, and I'm not getting any like streaming videos.
Okay. What? Oh, you have an unrelated issue.
Oh, you just got real quiet. Or is that not you? I'm hearing other stuff happen.
Yeah, you're hearing other stuff.
Is it the really aggressive background noise? Am I hearing the background noise of this Starbucks? Am I hearing other stuff happen?
Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. Yes. Okay, except that we should totally be in a sprint. So
yes.
let's so should we just put us back in a sprint?
Yeah. I had already posted a little thing saying to right to the next 10 minutes at that point. So at this point, it'll be 6 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll jump back in at that point.
Okay.
And I guess there's just no point in me looking at the screen because for some reason, I'm not getting any audio there. But there is our timer.
Okay. Good. Great.
Okay. So go.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason my audio is all messed in because I can hear you, but I can't hear anything else. I got my, I couldn't hear the alarm on my timer either.
Wait, but you can hear the YouTube video, right?
No. No, that's what I'm saying. I can only hear you. I'm getting no other audio on this. I have no idea. It's got to be something that Hangouts overrides everything.
Oh, that's really, really bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's a permanent issue. It's just while I'm out here and have to,
yeah.
But yeah, so you're unfortunately going to be audio checker from now on. Also, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully we have audio now, and this is making a lot more sense.
Yeah, hopefully. And hopefully we're not like, why are we frozen? Why does it look like we're frozen?
We're frozen, and it doesn't matter. We're not frozen. It's a permanent issue. It's just while I'm out here.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think I just need to stop the echo thing. Okay. We'll check it again. I'll check it again at our next break. Wow. So, hello.
Hi.
To anybody who's like suffering through this.
I think I'm the only one suffering through this right now.
Are you it? But somebody could come watch it later on.
They could.
It could happen.
I apologize. We plan to do better. I know we say that every week, but this week we mean it.
Yeah, but no, I think this is actually going really well. I mean, our video quality is looking pretty good.
It is, and I'm at a Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I'm like a floating head. It's like a terrible angle for me, but that's okay.
You are a little bit floating heady, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I am working with totally new computer equipment today, as I have been promising for like ever. So at least I think once we get these kinks worked out, we should be like good to go for next week with no kinks. Like actually,
if anybody
no
was
kinks.
noticing all of my facial expressions right now, it's because I was sliding my computer almost the edge of this little thing that it's on to see if I could get any better video. I don't think it made any difference, but it did terrify me.
So Chloe, what are you working on today?
I'm working on Shifter Erotic Romance. And the same one that I've been working on. Oh, I guess we really haven't been doing this a lot lately. So I am launching a new series. The first book is coming out on the 31st. That's a day, right? The last day of July. 30 days do have September, June, and November, which means July is 31. So the first one comes out at the end of this month, and I am working on the second one, which I am almost done with. And I need to finish immediately because now there are continuity errors in the first book that I need to fix before Amazon locks it. If you have never published anything on Amazon, if you put it up for pre-order, the last 3 days you are no longer allowed to touch it, just so you don't try to do anything really shady. So I have until the 28th to get Orange Tabby, the first book in the series, edited, but because of who I am, I need to finish the rough draft of this book first, so I'm a little stressed, but that's okay.
You'll finish it. You'll be fine. Yeah. You know, I think the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these I've been working on He Made Biscuits. He Made Biscuits is done. It's out. Yeah. It's in the world of being published and pre-ordered. So now I'm back to Kingdoms of the Frozen Dead, which I have like a serious deadline on because I have a cover designer right now, and she's working on my cover for the first book, which is looking amazing, by the way. And then like for the second book, she needs my information by the 29th. So like I gotta get that in good enough shape to at least like create the blurb. And it's a struggle. I like realized yesterday that every single one of my chapters lacks like an overall goal. Like this is my biggest problem.
To have overall goals?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the characters. So So it dawned on me that I have these like 3 characters, and only one of them has an overarching goal that's like pretty clear, and the other two, like, one has a goal, but I'm like barely playing it up. I'm like you know in Harry Potter, I think it's 5, where like Harry gets all like crazy focused on Draco Malfoy for like chapter after chapter after chapter, and you're like, what is this? There's Voldemort. Right? Okay, but
why don't you just kiss him and get it over with? God.
I know. Yeah, Drary shipper right here.
I actually don't ship that at all.
Oh, you don't?
That's okay.
Do you
no, not at all.
Who do you ship him with?
I rarely ship. I always shipped him. I don't know. I always shipped him with Hermione, so that Ginny could do a crossover with Buffy, so I could ship her with Willow.
Oh my God, Ginny and Willow would have been so cute.
Right?
Yes.
Jillo.
Yes, I always felt like Ginny deserved more in that series. But okay, so the point is that, like, you know, Harry gets all obsessive about Draco, and like there's an overall problem, but you spend like half the book with him like focusing on Draco. Okay, that's what has happened with the second character for me. Like, he's spending like half his book focused on this girl that he like, you know, doesn't like but does like, instead of focusing on his major problem, which is like taking back his kingdom. And it's kind of a big problem. So I realized that, and then I'm telling the perspective from the girl, right? And like, I never give her a plot. I never give her an overall goal. Like, every chapter I've got a different one for her.
I mean, you didn't really in the first book either. She was always just kind of a wanderer, and I accepted that about her.
Yes, but that's the thing, right? That needs to change. Like, she can be a wanderer in book 1, because in book 1 the world is happening to her, right? But by book 2, I really think she needs to be happening to the book. Like, or at least she needs to be trying to happen to the book. She needs, like if anything, that has to be her goal, right? Like, she has to be putting some serious effort into like being a dynamic character in her world.
Okay, that's fair.
And right now she's not. So it's just stuff just happens to her. That's honestly like her best plot point. But it's a problem.
We were just talking about that the other day, and especially in YA fantasy, you can't have characters that stuff just happens to them because we hate that.
Yeah. I mean, in book 1, I had Vivian, right? And Vivian was constantly making bad decisions, like, that affected her. So this was
kind of foils for each other. So it was okay that Karina was just kind of like wandering around trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, like mostly just making out with her boyfriend, like trying not to get killed. This was her goal, right? But now she knows her world more, so she needs to do more than just like wander around looking for like good beer and a good boyfriend. She needs. Not that I don't support those goals, but
right. But this is a YA fantasy.
Yeah, and I feel like I've built a decently good set of heroes, so like I can't have a heroine who doesn't live up to them. That would suck.
Yes. I agree. It's an issue. I realize with mine, with Beauty and the Boar, the one that I'm working on right now, that like they really like all of the action happens outside of the story for this. So I have like a massive rewrite that I'm gonna have to do on it, which is absolutely not what I wanted to do on a shifter romance novella. But if that's what I need to do to like keep the series from foundering, then that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And I guess you're kind of in that situation as well.
I am totally.
You just gotta suck it up and fix that stuff.
Yeah.
So that you can keep going with it.
Well, but it's a problem because you know what? It's a problem, but we'll talk about it in a minute. So let's go ahead and get to our word sprint.
Time.
Yeah.
It's time. Okay. So this is going to be a 25-minute sprint, and I do have the timer set up, and we should be a lot more efficient this time. So we will see you guys at 10 up. Go ahead and write.
Okay.
Now. I really wish I had that audio. I
Oh.
keep missing my timer, and I'll look up like, oh, that's up again.
How are you doing on yours?
I just hit a big plot point, so that's always good. I
That's
always
awesome.
feel better when I do that. Like, you feel like you waste so much time in between the plot points. It's like building up to them, and you have those
Yes.
days where you like never get out of a scene. There's like a big scene, and it might be an important scene. Like every scene's important in its own way, but like I literally just had the female main character just admit that she was going to drop her plans for the guy. So that was like an
Oh.
actual like big deal that she's decided not to leave the country with her sisters, and now she's like trying to figure out how to tell him. And also she's robbing a museum.
That is super cute. I am
Yeah.
very happy that you're at a scene like that.
Yeah. That was a good plot point.
Yeah.
I was glad that I got to say that.
I don't know if I'm going to end up being writing productive today. If you are writing with us, you should definitely write some words, but sometimes
be productive like me, not like Sandy.
Yeah. Do that today. Other days you can trade. No, always be productive like Chloe, because you're always productive.
I'm not, but I try to be.
Yeah. I don't remember what we were talking about beforehand. Something about how I was struggling with my own plot, but
Hold on, I can't hear you. It's not like you're not like I'm getting audio. It's just real soft.
Oh.
Go ahead again. There we go. Go ahead again.
Is that better?
No, it's good. I just had to turn it up. It was just you're like a little fuzzy, and it's loud in here. Keep going.
Oh. I was saying I don't remember what I was saying.
I feel like we were kind of just talking about what we were doing and how you. Oh no, we both had. We were done with what we were talking about because we were talking about the fact that we both have to like swallow our pride and go back and fix a bunch of stuff that we didn't want to have to fix. But like when you're working on series, you really do have to fix problems because a little problem in book 2 can end up with the end of the Game of Thrones series that apparently everybody hated, even though I liked, but I feel like I'm coming from like a writer's standpoint and saying, I understand why it happened the way it did. Like I understand it for both the screenwriters or the scriptwriters standpoint and also George R. Martin's standpoint. Like I get all this and I'm okay because I just wanted it to be over and it's over now. But it's also set up for spin-offs, which a lot of times I don't really care for TV show spin-offs, but I feel like if they pick the right characters, I could really dig on some Game of Thrones spin-offs.
Yeah, I was never a huge Game of Thrones person. Like, I watched 1 or 2 of the first episodes and then obviously could not possibly have missed the end. And since it is a cultural phenomenon, like, you have to occasionally Wikipedia things like Jon Snow's butt to find out what the hell they're talking about.
I mean, it was nice.
It was nice. It was nice. And clearly, from an objective point of view, it had nothing to do with the character because I had no clue what was going on and I still thought his butt was nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a lesbian, I say it was nice.
Was there a wait, what?
As a lesbian, I still say it was nice. See, like objectively, that was a nice butt.
So,
it was a nice butt.
I mean, some things you just have to admit. We were not.
I have friends who are really into it. And it's not a sitcom, so I was like, I can do this because I really just don't like sitcoms. But like that, I could absolutely, sit there with friends and watch and like speculate on what's going to happen next. I think that's it. Like I need a show that like it matters what happens next, and it doesn't really matter what genre it is, but I need some way of it connecting. That's why I was really big when South Park did their reboots, because now every episode actually matters.
Wait, South Park rebooted?
Yeah, a few years ago.
I was never a South Park person. Like, again, I knew a lot of the memes, but like...
Oh.
Yeah.
So South Park probably, I don't know, probably like 5 years ago. They rebooted their shorter series now, airs shorter seasons, and now every episode ties together. So even though each one has its own individual plot to it, there is a plot to the entire season, and like what happens in each episode is now canon. So like there is an episode where it turns out that Randy Marsh, Stan's dad, is Lord, the Australian young singer lady. There's probably a better way for me to describe her, but I'm panicking, and so those are the words that came out of my mouth. Lord, you know, Lord. We could be royals. It turns out that Randy is Lord.
Oh.
Yeah. So now that's canon, and like once or twice every season, there's a reference to the fact that Randy is Lord.
South Park is a really weird show.
Yeah.
Really, really weird.
And Mr. Garrison is the president now, and his face is orange. Because there was a whole election arc, and I think if Hillary had gotten the election, because I believe he was actually running, like it was like Mr. Garrison running against Hillary. I believe if Hillary had run or had won, like it would have just been dropped forever. But unfortunately, Trump won, which means that now Mr. Garrison is the president at least until 2020.
That's actually kind of perfect, though, isn't it? That, like, those show creators decided that they would, like, do something really outrageous. Like, oh, there's no way Mr. Garrison will win the election. Guess what? There's a way.
And Caitlyn Jenner is his running mate. So Caitlyn Jenner is the VP.
This is a very, very weird show.
Yeah.
The only big show that Malcolm and I actually, like, watch, we do Stranger Things. We do watch all of that.
Did you finish it?
I did.
I loved it. We can't talk about it, obviously, in case somebody does tune in.
But, okay.
And we're become the villains forever. But, like, also most of my friends have not finished it yet. I loved it, and I am completely heartbroken right now.
I loved it. Can we at least talk about the never-ending story? Can we at least... Come on. That's not a spoiler.
I'm looking so forward to Dragon Con because I feel like there's going to be a lot of never-ending story happening. There's also a lot of talk about, like, the popular couple cosplay is going to be the Scoops Ahoy costume. And I'm looking forward to that as well. Also, you know what I don't think is a spoiler at all for me to say that I love Elle's fashion in this season.
Oh my god, my favorite part about this season was Elle's fashion and like her little like BFF thing with what's her name? Oh my gosh, what was the other girl's name?
I can never remember
Max.
her name either.
With Max, Ellen Max. I loved them.
Yeah. I thought, like, again, not to, like, do any spoilers, but I think that it was, like, a really well put together season. That after last season, like, I'm not saying last season was bad, but definitely after last season, I think a lot of people were like, I don't know if this is going to stay strong after this because, you know, it just kind of felt a little bit like more of the same last season. And this season, I think they proved themselves that they really are just going to write this until they can't write it anymore, but they absolutely can still write it.
Yeah, I think that's right. And although I've heard that they're stopping after like 5 seasons or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have, although they had talked about only doing the first season. It took them a while to do the last season 2 and season 3 because the writers are absolutely like, we're going to stop when we say we're going to stop. Nobody is going to force us to keep going. So yes, as of right now, I believe they are signed on for the next 2 seasons. And then after that, if they say no more, there will be no more. And I respect that a lot because in the U.S. we like to run shows into the ground.
Yes, we sure do. Like Grey's Anatomy. Okay.
I'm always stunned when I find out it's still on the air.
I know.
Like 10 years ago, I was stunned to find out it was still on the air. It's insane.
Okay, on that note, let's...
I feel like they've run out of diseases now.
They've run out of characters to kill off, or at least they should have. But
The good news is that we are at the hour, and our show that seems to have turned into a talk about current television, we are now going to go back to the writing. So we are going to do a 30-minute. If you can write 1,000 words in 30 minutes, I encourage you to do so. I no longer have the capability of doing that. Sandy, I think you do still have that capability, but you are not writing right now. You are editing.
Or publishing or typesetting or something. Yeah. All right. So good luck to those of you who are writing.
The publishing side of things. So yes, good luck everybody, and we will see you in a half hour. off my speakers for a second.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, so we are back. So my typesetting is going well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a hassle too. If any viewers, if you have not gotten into the publishing side of things, if you're self-publishing, typesetting can get really, really frustrating. Even
yeah.
it's simple, which Sandy doesn't because Sandy's that kind of person. I do keep my typesetting simple, and even then, I can get pretty aggravated because when you're dealing with like formatting stuff, a lot of times if you change one formatting, it changes another formatting, and then you have to like go back in and reformat stuff that you've already formatted like 3 times, like because you forgot to justify or whatever.
Yeah, it is so true. I keep trying to learn like slightly better programs, and it's a constant fight. So, whoa, the Starbucks turned up their music. Seriously.
Did they? I'm sorry. I was wondering about that. I think it's actually because there's nobody in here now. It was really busy when I got here, and now it's quiet. So I think there's no bodies to absorb the sound now.
Did you just turn it down somehow, like with magic?
No, the song changed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that makes a difference sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say that was like pretty impressive that we mentioned that, and then suddenly.
I wish I was that magic. I'm not. Suddenly, Seymour.
So we were going to talk about Twitter, right? I feel like we were going to talk about Twitter. Are we starting some Twitter feeds?
We are. I didn't know we were going to discuss it, but I thought we were just going to drop it on everybody. But yeah, we're. It turns out that we've had a Twitter. I asked Sandy today to make us a Twitter, and then she was like, "Yeah, sure." And then when she got back to me, she was like, "Actually, we already had a Twitter." Past Sandy was very well organized.
Thanks.
Present Sandy is less so. I say this about myself all the time when I do dumb stuff, but like it turns out there is like a safety valve in play that I had done because like I was smart and I put my keys in a smart spot or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So past Sandy was more together than current Sandy is. Current Sandy's going through some stuff, so that's okay. But anyway, so we are going to hopefully start next week, assuming that we are doing this next week because again, I'm in a Starbucks for a reason. Right now, I'm on an extended work trip, so like all of these are really hard for us to get together now. But if we do this next week, we will be cross-streaming. What's the right word for that? I don't know all the internet lingo. Cross-streaming is when you try to send yourself into a parallel dimension as a Ghostbuster.
Did you just look that up? That's funny. Did you just look that up, like on like Urban Dictionary or something?
No. I just know that like that was why they always said don't cross the streams. You could end up in a parallel dimension or like blow everything up. Anyways, we are going to also be running our word sprint on Twitter is what I'm trying to say, and I tried to get fancy and then it failed me. Anyways, so we're going to be running them on Twitter, so you don't have to actually watch us in order to get this all of these word sprints in. That might actually help you because we go off on tangents, but also I believe like we're a good way to like reset your brain in between sprints. So you should still be watching us. But if you're unable to watch us, you can follow us on Twitter, and our Twitter handle, is that the right word?
Yes.
I sound really old when these moments happen. I'm just not a Twitter person. I'm a Facebook person, which I guess also makes me sound old. Although I know plenty of 20-year-olds who are like addicted to Facebook, so I feel like that's just propaganda that they say to make Gen Xers feel old.
I agree.
Yeah, because like I see you on there, 20-year-olds. You're blowing up my feed because you're my friends, because you're also my coworkers. Anyway, so on Twitter, our handle is What Standy.
Oh, this is me.
I actually, again, remember you were the one who made
Yes.
this thing.
Okay,
I'm
I've
assuming
got
it's
this. I'm on
WordStitch
this.
write-in, but
It's not. It's WordStitch right. All one word. WordStitch right. And that was probably done that way, confusingly, because probably whatever we wanted was already taken. So,
yeah, that's how Twitter is.
yeah, that's
That's
exactly
how
what
that's
Twitter
how
is.
everything is.
Yes.
We know for the future that like the next I'm about to say that we know for the next like social media that we'll just make our things early so we don't have this issue, but also like I'm sure TikTok needs a handle and we do not have a TikTok handle.
What's a TikTok? I don't
So
even know what that is yet.
oh,
Damn.
it's Vine. It's Vine. It just is called TikTok now. And if anybody was actually watching this at the moment, they'd probably be fighting us if they're under the age of 30, because they are two different things. But if you try to explain TikTok and you try to explain Vine, you use the exact same words, except you then say that Vine no longer exists.
How do you spell? Oh, TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like it's all K's and no C's.
I didn't even know this existed.
You really don't need to know. I cannot stress enough that we actually do not need to have a TikTok handle because, like Vine, I think it's just going to die out. But I feel like I said that about Facebook. I was like, yeah, it's just like MySpace; it'll die out. And here we are.
Okay, I am looking at the TikTok advertisement, and there is a girl who's about 18 holding up her, little sister, hopefully, on a video
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. You're twice the age of everybody on TikTok.
I'm so old. Oh.
Yeah, I say that in like the kindest way possible.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very depressing.
But like, I also felt like I was too old for Vine. I was like, well, I have Snapchat, so I really don't understand the purpose of Vine. And then Vine died, and so it didn't matter, and I felt really justified with that. But now TikTok is here.
Oh, there are constantly new things that you can do.
Yeah.
Actually, we should talk about it in terms of author platform at some point, because this stuff is really complicated, and it is hard to know where you should go about getting yourself out there, and if any of this even really matters. How active would you have to be to even make it matter on any of these sites?
Yeah. I feel like it's also really counterintuitive because if you have, I feel like that's all stuff that's great for people who have the time to do it, but writers don't have the time to do it because they're writing. And I guess it's probably easier if you're a full-time writer.
No.
And you actually are disciplined enough to be like, this is my time to do my Twitter. And I'm not going to let it get into my writing time, but also I'm going to pace myself perfectly to actually be on Twitter 10 times a day. For those of us who, work 40 hours a week and then scrape by with our words, it's difficult. And then if you have any sort of time management or other stuff going on in your life, you're pretty toast on that as well.
Yeah, I kind of think that for most people they need assistance. I think that's how writers get it done, is they get assistants to do it for them.
I think a lot of them pick one social media that they actually like and they run it themselves. And then all of the other social media just go through assistants.
Yeah.
Because that's funny. I can always tell with some of the writers that I follow on social media, I can always tell when it's them posting. And you can tell who favors what. Courtney Milan definitely likes Twitter, and her Twitter is out of control, and I love it. But she's never on Facebook. So, but then Larissa Ione posts the most random things on Facebook. So yeah.
I discovered that I had one of her books the other day. I'm gonna actually start reading it. One of these books.
Courtney Milan?
No. The one you just mentioned after
Larissa
that.
Ione.
Yes.
Which one do you have?
I don't know. I looked it up in my Kindle. I was looking for the supernatural angel brother thing. I feel like that's what you said it was. I could be making this up right now.
Oh, there are. I mean, there is part of that plot arc does involve brother angels.
That's all I
That's
need.
pretty far down the line. It is like the entire like climax of the series is brother angels though. But you really need to start with Pleasure Unbound, and that was why I asked that.
Yeah, Pleasure Unbound. I feel like I have managed this, but then I keep forgetting what they're called, and I don't know.
And then you don't ask me. Like, you can ask me that at any time because that is one of the series that I endorse.
Yeah, I
For
should.
some reason, all of my friends keep reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which I'm like, don't. It's awful. I can't stop reading it, but please don't. It's awful. But like, nobody wants to pick up. It's a Monica, which is great.
Yeah, no, okay, so I did. I bought Pleasure Unbound, and then like here's the weird thing about this is like every time I try to find this book that I know you've talked about in like my Kindle, I can't find it because the cover is so bad. And then I have to go through and be like, is this it? No, this
Yeah.
can't possibly be it because that
Is it?
cover, oh my god.
Is it the red cover? Is that? What is
No,
the
it's like
cover
this
for that?
teal cover. It's just it's not very. It's like Courtney Milan would be hard to miss, right? Like because her covers are absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous, but
Yeah. Hers are out of control. I love them.
they're amazing. Like those
Yeah.
covers are fantastic. But like Pleasure Unbound is just
Oh,
confusing.
yeah. Her covers are terrible. She does a lot. She's got like a bunch of novellas out that she does in the 1001 Dark Night series. So those all have the same cover because of that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've never been impressed with her covers, but it didn't matter because I like the story.
Well, that's hopefully I will remember now that this is what we're talking about.
It's also really hard to read. Like, the only thing I can see on this is Pleasure Unbound. I
Mm-hmm.
can't see like from the thumbnail, I can't see her name, and I cannot see the series name.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And honestly, like this ebook, now that I'm looking at it, is not actually that impressive. It's like a little bit.
I did tell you that. I feel not for that one specifically, but like, so we've had, for those of us, so for those of you who have been listening to our rambling here, we have had many discussions about how important it is to format the crap out of your ebooks. But I really have found that like the traditionally published romance is terribly formatted.
It's awful.
Um, so by that token, I feel less like I need to worry about when for some reason like my pink transparencies are coming up as white or whatever may happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, it drives me crazy, and I feel like it's important. I don't know
Oh,
why.
that's fair. That's fair. You can value that, but just know that, like,
Nobody
you know,
else
if you
does.
do decide to slack off on it, it's okay. Nobody will judge you for it,
Yeah.
unless like it's really jacked up and hard to read because of it. But I don't think that what you're talking about is actually like hard to read so much. It's just like a little wonky.
Right. So my dog is going crazy, and it is
Your dog is
5:45.
freaking out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's freaking out, and I think that we should go to our last little word sprint here.
I support that. Okay, it is 5:45. Okay, so viewers, it is quarter of. We're going to sprint for the next 10 minutes, and that will take us to 5 of, where we'll do our little sign out. So good luck in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
How'd you do?
My book is just about typeset, so that's positive.
Did you get any work?
No, I got no words done, but I have a very lovely glyph between my paragraphs, or between my scenes. That's what I got done. I know. I can't even. Hopefully, if you were joining us, you were better than I was, and it all went well for you. And Chloe, hopefully it went well for you too. Uh-oh, are you frozen? You're frozen laughing at me. You were totally frozen laughing at me. Weird. Okay, so Chloe is frozen, doing some interestingly odd things, and I think that we can say that the Starbucks actually did pretty damn well, all things considered. That is my dog in the background being picked up. That's amazing. So since we cannot hear Chloe right now, and since we think that the Starbucks internet might be at its limit, we're just gonna close up for the day. She says she thinks her battery is low and that it's doing it. But you know what? I think that my dog's battery is low and that's doing its in right now too. So it is almost 6 o'clock. Come back on Monday and hopefully we will be here and you will be here and we can all get some good solid writing in. And that is it for our show. So we will see you soon. All right. Wave goodbye, Chloe. Bye, everyone.